trained for its type, is the most powerful crafted chuff. And the steam team are behind the docks and branch line that makes up the island of Soda. This is the Standard Gauge Adventures.
One afternoon, 3 little engines were working at the incline. But then there was trouble. The winch coupling pulling the trucks broke away heading to Skarloey.
Faster, faster, faster.
Skarloey steamed away as fast as he could. Luckily the signal man saw it and he diverted the trucks onto a different line, crashing into the water. Later on the fin controller came to see Skarloey. He knew it wasn't his fault but just wanted to see if he was alright. After a few minutes the controller left. Duncan started to speak. "Ha, fancy being scared of trucks and not stopping them. That just says you're a sacred engine." Skarloey scoffed at the comment. "I am very brave. I'll have you know that I actually went up the incline. It was back when me and Drinias were the only engine working here. Would you like to hear the story?" The engine all nodded, and this is the story Skarloey told. It was back in our early days, on the railway when me and Drinias were the only ones working here. One morning the manager came to see me. "As you may have known, the incline has been built. I need you to go and help the workers and Renia work at the quarry." "The quarry? I don't think so. I'm only meant for passengers and coaches, not dirty trucks and smelly quarry. That's outrageous. You will do what you're told, otherwise you can stay in the sheds." Skarloey was crossed. He didn't want to stay in the shed, so he trundled along to the quarry. He arrived at the quarry, and saw Renias waiting for the trucks to come down the incline. Skarloey was amazed. He asked Renias about it. "That's called an incline. Empty trucks at the bottom of the slope are hitched to a cable. Loaded ones at the top are hitched to another, by their weight. Loaded trucks run down the steep slope, pulling the empty ones up." Skarloey then looked at Renias with a mischievous look. "Whatever you're thinking, don't do it. You know you're going to upset the manager." Skarloey scoffed at the comment. He thought he was the bravest engine ever. Later on Renias had to deliver some slate to the station, leaving him all by himself. The idea that Skarloey had came back to him. "If I go up the incline with the trucks to show them how brave I am." He was still coupled up. The worker didn't know, and then suddenly the winch hoisted him up. Skarloey was excited. Just then Renias returned and he was in shock. He saw Skarloey reach to the top. but because how heavy he was the truck's coupling snapped and sent Skarloey rolling down the hill. Runias watched in horror as Skarloey went speeding past him. Then there was trouble. Skarloey tried to stop but he couldn't and crashed into the water. Cinders and ashes, I'm stuck, and he was. Runias came with the manager. He was not very happy. You shall stay here for now, we shall talk later. You are a very naughty and reckless engine. You should be thankful that we got you out of the water. For now you shall stay in your shed and think about what you did and how much damage you have caused until I can trust you again. I then realized that proving that you're brave doesn't mean you go and do foolish things. Proving that you're brave is knowing what you would do in an emergency, Skarloey said. That's just rubbish. That isn't bravery. That's just you being a coward. Duncan said, you wait and see and I'll show you what bravery is. The next day the two engines were back at the quarry. Duncan and Skarloey was waiting at the bottom of the slope, but the trucks were bored and decided to stir up trouble. Hold back, they said, and the coupling snapped and the trucks went rolling down the hill. Duncan tried to stop them but the trucks were too heavy and derailed Duncan. No damage was caused but he was very ashamed. Skarloey saw everything and laughed. Is this what bravery looks like? He said. Duncan pretended he did not hear anything.